And both teams going through their pregame rituals, getting loose well before we're underway. Welcome, everyone, to Noche and a Beyond. A Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivities. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Jim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Fred VanVleet.
And you can see his scoring numbers trending down as time goes on. It's not what you want to see, but maybe it's just time to shift his approach a little and start looking for other ways to get points out there on the floor.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. They've got Porzingis. Curry is out there with Richardson. Then it's Butler. And it's Green in at the small forward. And for the Rockets, the perimeter pair will be Thompson next to Durant. Smith and Şengün make up the 4 and the 5. And it's VanVleet into the point guard. When your team is looking at a back-to-back, how do you approach the first game of the 2-10?
Well, I think you may go to your bench a little bit more early. Lengthen your rotation, especially if the game isn't all that close. You're not going to see any starters play heavy minutes in that situation.
Are you thinking as a coach we have a better chance against this team than that team? Does it ever enter that kind of conversation?
It definitely does, but it could also be a dangerous approach if you think there's a particular matchup that doesn't favor you in some way.
Now Green, following the miss by Fred VanVleet from deep, and he gets it to go.
And nice use of size by Porzingis inside, able to practically play on top of the D.
Green against Durant. Green with the block. Richardson kicks to Curry. Here's Butler. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith.
A relentless defender. Smith proving how disruptive he can be on that end.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Butler from outside. It's rebounded by Şengün. KD on the wing. The baseline jam. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And the defense has to be aware of KD at all times, especially when he's hovering around that mid-range.
Outside, Green. Butler in the corner. Butler can't get that one to fall.
I'm surprised he missed that one. He is a dangerous guy to leave open.
Smith against Porzingis. And it's slammed in by Smith.
How about the force on that finish by Smith?
And Greg, these poised veterans really seem to have triggered a shift for the Rockets.
At the same time, it's going to be Houston's young talent that determines their future, and they've already shown they can make a major impact.
Durant, and trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Warriors have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, that'll give them something to think about.
Outside Butler. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Well, he's a great mid-range scorer, and that's why Butler's teammates and coaches encourage.
KD drives in. And KD throws it down.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Richardson for 3. Rockets with the rebound.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
A nice shot by KD. KD's got 6.
He's just too long and lanky. Durant can go through you or around on the inside.
Richardson, no luck.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
Now, here's Şengün. Still yet to score. Buries the long-range jumper.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Looking to end the run. Outside for Curry. Second shot opportunity. Sengun with the rebound.
He bailed out the defense because that's an easy look for him.
KD passes to Van Vliet. A shot by Thompson and no one's around. Pass to Smith. Houston moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Van Vliet. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Back to Curry. It's Richardson on the wing. He's covered by Thompson. Green passes to Curry. Shoots over Van Vliet. And the Warriors miss again.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Durant against Butler. And it's blocked by Sengun.
And Sengun got himself in great position, used that length to deny him at the rim.
And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Tari Eason's checked in for Jabari Smith. And Golden State also making a change. Curry's checked in, and so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at Houston. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
I think for the Warriors, they're in solid position. I mean, that's a good thing this time of year. They're on that short list of title contenders.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
Well, defending Curry before he catches the ball is so important. He's got such a quick release.
Pass to Sengun. Now Thompson. From the arc. It's hauled in by Richardson. Richardson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Curry with it. Guarded now by Durant. Richardson kicks to Curry. And he makes that one. Curry's got 5 points so far.
And that is one of Steph Curry's hallmarks. So creative around the rim.
So, GA, when you think about Steph Curry's legacy, he changed the way the NBA game is played.
Man, it is hard to find a player who's had the impact of a Steph Curry, making us rethink what is possible. Curry's endless range has really inspired a generation.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Houston. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
I caught up with Coach Ime Udoka. On the topic of Curry, Coach said, it's like playing a game of tag. He continued, we had our wings chase our guards around in practice, and everyone is on notice. We all know how good he can be. The important thing is to not take any plays off. He'll stay sharp, or he'll remind us, that's for sure. Kevin, back to you.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. Now, here's Durant. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Eason. Over Richardson. KD can't get it to go. Warriors trail by 3. Oh, and the jam by Richardson.
That is not possible. What we just... Is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Sengun. Houston making some changes. Sengun's checked in for Clint Capella. Durant comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Thompson in for Josh Okogie. Thompson finds KD. Now Shepard. Back to KD. Shot clock at 5. It's stolen by Curry. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. A perimeter pair will be Thompson next to Durant. Tari Easton is out there with Alperen Sengun. And it's Shepard in at the 1. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Lobbed up there for Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Outside Curry. Back to Curry. Down low. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, textbook positioning there for Porzingis. Once he's established it, he's going to have the advantage and able to finish that one above the rim.
Sengun against Porzingis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, you look at Alperen Sengun. He's one of the best combinations of force and finesse.
How he fell to the 16th pick in the 2021 draft. You saw the numbers he was putting up as a 19-year-old in Turkey. Pretty clear he should have gone higher.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, a lot of excitement about this upcoming 2026 draft class, but quietly, some scouts voicing early concern about the quality of prospects in the class of 27. Now, there's still time for players to emerge, but expect this to impact the way teams value those picks.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. Shams, thank you very much for the report. Sengun with this screen on Curry. Just 5 to shoot. And Sengun gets it to go on the assist by Thompson. Sengun's got 5 points now in the quarter. Outside Curry. Pass to Green. Now Curry. Lets the 3 fly. Steph, perfection from the arc.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Durant, the pass to Thompson. Thompson's got his second bucket tonight. Here's Curry. Rebound by Smith. Houston's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And some nice passing there by Houston. Sengun kicks to Durant. Pass to Van Vliet. From outside, off the mark. Golden State's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that's not a horrible shot for him to take, but you could still probably find a higher percentage shot.
Van Vliet sets the pick for KD. Durant claims it from distance.
Really like how Durant is playing tonight. Going for his. This guy is just so unreal.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. He's checked in for the Rockets. Porzingis is checked in for the Warriors. Jimmy Butler comes in for Curry. Now here's Curry. We saw him with 29 points last game. Here's Butler. And Curry with the stuff.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Okay, I see ya. That's your point guard getting up.
And here's KD for 3. The Warriors pull it in. And these guys are winning games by at least 11 points per game. I mean, they're beating up on teams in historic fashion.
And these guys are bringing back memories of that monumental season the 71-72 Lakers had at just over 12 points. These guys are nipping at their heels.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
In the corner, it's Richardson. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. And here's what the Rockets' schedule looks like. On Friday, they'll be playing against Damian Lillard and the Portland Trailblazers. Then on Sunday, they'll be playing against Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs.
And looking at the Toronto matchup, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Van Vliet outside. Houston needs to get a shot. Smith for three, and the rejection by Curry. Pass to Green. Back to Curry. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Here's Van Vliet. 5 points in the game. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Durant, and there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
The Warriors trailing. Now Curry. 8 points for him. Stolen by Van Vliet. Pass to Smith. Back to Van Vliet. With 2 seconds left. Yep, that one goes. And that's now 7 points for Fred Van Vliet.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Rockets lead by 4. Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
I'm here with Coach Ime Udoka. And, Coach, what are some of the positives that you can take away from that first half?
Our physicality has been good to start. Obviously, a point of emphasis is keeping them under control in transition. We like how we're guarding defensively. Obviously, it is big against this team.
Great start. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. We'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in just a moment.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Runs, please. Here, measuring up the shot.
Hey there and welcome. It's getting hot in here and the postseason hunt is getting even hotter. Never a better time for a look at the league power rankings. And we're going to take a moment to talk about something. I've been seeing Shaq's face everywhere lately. Kenny, do you think it's fair to say Shaq is the king of sponsorships?
Interesting question, Ernest. Shaq, I do see you a lot in a lot of commercials, but I don't know if I call you the king of anything.
Ernie is right. I am indeed the king of sponsorship. Everybody wants the big Diesel stamp of approval.
Shaq, you ever think of doing any pro bono work? I've got a neat spot that I think you'd be perfect for.
Where's that restaurant at?
And taking a closer look at that first half, how about Kevin Durant?
Locked in offensively, getting to his spots, picking apart the D, scoring in bunches, Jets.
Great points. Get it? See what I did there?
We saw, Ernie, it just wasn't funny.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Curry is out there with Richardson. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Draymond Green. And it's Butler in at the power forward position. Here's Van Vliet. And the rejection by Curry. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Hey, guys. Fred Van Vliet is a leader for the Rockets. Their coach, Ime Udoka, says Fred sometimes goes against his natural inclination, playing the good cop because Ime himself is so hard on them. But adds, Fred is a grumpy dude. He always finds something to be mad at. We need that with our team. Guys?
They love his disposition. Okay, thank you, Allie.
Yeah, Jimmy throwing it down. Wow, that was tough.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. And no questioning the greatness of Kevin Durant. But, Greg, trying to get back into championship contention.
Yeah, and since his 2 titles with the Warriors, disappointment with the Nets and Suns, can he get a shot at another ring?
Inside. Out to Smith. It's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. While we have the chance, we'd like to reveal the list of the past month's best fast break teams in the NBA. The Rockets, number 1. Second, the Warriors.
Great play from both of these teams in the open court. You love the energy and effort they've displayed lately here in getting out and forcing the issue.
Rocket 2, Van Vliet. Van Vliet can't get that one to fall. And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Warriors, trailing by 4. Back to Richardson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Jabari Smith picks one up. You know, the pregame routine is something I know you embraced, and we see that with guys like Curry and Durant. We've heard a lot about what they do. What was the most important part of your pregame regimen, Tim?
Well, you know, Kevin, for me, I was really going to be judged based on catch-and-shoot percentages. Can I get off threes, and can I make threes? So for me, it was all about high-volume three-point shooting before the game, getting comfortable from every spot on the floor where I may get a shot.
And same routine every game?
Every game, same thing, and I made sure, of course, I finished on that week.
Wow. Van Vliet with it. He's got 9. Shoots over Curry. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Green kicks to Butler. Some nice passing by Golden State. On its way from Curry for 2, and the shot is long. Houston in the lead. And the call will be against Jabari Smith. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Here's Curry. 8 points for him. From deep, Green. The Rockets pull it in. KD's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Well, he's not having as much success shooting the ball early as he wanted, but so far, it's not hurting their team performance.
You know, Jim, they say you can't measure heart, but Jimmy Butler, he plays with a lot of heart. He is nonstop.
Well, you can talk about his skill level and IQ, but Kevin, what you love about Butler is his competitive will, and he saves his best for the postseason.
And Jimmy Butler is what some might call an old-school kind of player. Would you agree, Greg?
Yeah, I mean, he's all toughness, grit, and basketball IQ. A tone setter at the defensive end who plays unselfishly. The guy is all about winning.
And one of the responsibilities with being a great player, making free throws.
To the paint, here's Şengün. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. 9 points for Şengün.
A true monster in the paint, and just under 7 feet. It can be so easy for Şengün to find those baskets.
Curry outside. Kevin Durant with the rebound. KD's got 6 rebounds in the game.
This is definitely not how they envisioned starting the second half.
In close, Durant gets the bucket.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Fouled on the shot, picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
The Warriors have yet missed a free throw, 5 for 5.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Free throw good by Curry. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. As we approach the playoffs, let's now take a look at what is shaping up in the West. You take a look at the Warriors. They're second in the conference and looking to finish strong heading into the playoffs. And, of course, Houston sitting there 4 spots below.
Well, I think for Houston, it looks at this point like they will not enjoy home court advantage in the postseason. That was a spot that a lot of people had them penciled into at one point.
And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Golden State. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Richardson, no luck.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Van Vliet deciding where to go with it. Thompson finds Van Vliet. Looking to get back on track here. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists tonight.
And expect smart plays like that from Van Vliet. He is a clever floor general who knows how to create.
And it's Butler missing.
Well, his poor shooting hasn't helped them much, but you can't point the finger solely at him for why they're behind.
It's Curry outside. It's rebounded by Houston. Şengün's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's KD. Goes back up. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Rockets.
You love how they've lived in the paint, making the defense just consistently have to collapse and still finding ways to convert.
I really like their effort in transition tonight, constantly pushing the pace and then turning that into points.
A pass to Porzingis and stolen by Şengün. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. It's a nice passing there by Houston. Thompson left side. Outside, KD. Clock at 4. Van Vliet outside. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Richardson.
Well, he was able to sink a triple back in the first half, but he has yet to connect here after the break.
And you look at the addition of Jimmy Butler. Why has he been such a fit for the Warriors?
He really is an unselfish, high IQ superstar, and that's what the Warriors are all about. And his isolation, interior scoring, has given them another look offensively.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Tari Eason's checked in for the Rockets. Shepard comes in for Fred Van Vliet. And Golden State also making a change. Curry's checked in for Draymond Green. It's Curry with the drive. Porzingis passes to Richardson. Good on the three-point shot. Richardson's got 12 in the game.
And that's his second three-pointer tonight.
Outside, KD. Pass to Shepard. Thompson, a screen on Curry. Shepard. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Shepard's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Warriors trail by 8. Curry looking it over. Porzingis with a screen on Thompson. Releases. Porzingis can't hit. Here's Houston now. They're on a 14-6 run. A putback. Great positioning on the putback. And now it's a 10-point Rocket lead.
Not giving up on the play. Şengün locked in.
Butler kicks to Curry. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 16 points for him.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Now he has quickly piled up the points by stringing those threes together.
Curry with the bounce pass. The 19-foot shot. Rockets with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11 points.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Shepard, guarded by Curry. Şengün with the screen for Durant. Deflects the pass. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. So, Tim, let me put you in a different hat. If you're running an NBA franchise, would you rather build around a guard, wing, or a big man in today's NBA?
I think I'd go with the wing with size, a guy that can create his own offense and for which there is no great defensive matchup. Those guys.
Houston making a switch here. Green's checked in. Golden State also making some changes. Al Horford, he's checked in for Kuminga. And Curry subbed in for Donovan Mitchell. 2 minutes. Curry against Easton. Shepard, that's good. Shepard's got the lead up to 11 now for Houston.
Lethal from D. Shepard will hurt you from there.
Oh, what a slam! Clean that up!
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. Capella with a screen on Horford. Green passes to Capella. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Curry with the 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Curry's got 16 points.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Shepard, the pass to Capella. Now Shepard. Green with a screen on Curry. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Horford.
And the length of Green is a real issue for the D. His arms just go forever, which often results in a lot of shooting fouls for him.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. He misses the free throw. And you look at these Rockets, Greg, pretty fearsome on the defensive end. For the Rockets, Şengün's checked in for Capella. Kevin Durant comes in for Green. And it's Thompson in for Aaron Holiday. Then for the Warriors, Green, he's checked in for Jonathan Kuminga. Butler comes in for Moses Moody. And Curry subbed in for Donovan Mitchell. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And great intensity here down the stretch. He's not one to shrink in the moment.
And that is great leadership. He certainly has that clutch gene that every team needs.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
The perimeter pair will be Thompson next to Durant. Alperen Şengün out there with Tari Eason. And it's Shepard in at the point. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Outside Curry. That's to Porzingis. On the wing, Green. Porzingis sets the pick for Green. Curry against Thompson. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Curry.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
Şengün with a screen on Curry. Shepard, that's good.
Well, I love the resilience. After struggling in the first half, he has turned it on.
Outside, Green. It's Curry outside. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Green's got 6 assists in the game. Rockets leading by 4. Outside Durant. Pass to Shepherd. There's the 3. Warriors with the rebound. Curry's got his 5th rebound in this one. And Green launches it from deep. And another 3 for Golden State.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Now Shepherd. Pass to Thompson. Now Shepherd, guarded by Kirk. From the baseline. And it's Shepherd missing. And here's Curry who brings it up for the Warriors. It's a 1-point game. Butler converts it over the defense.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Rockets have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the 4th quarter. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. So for the Rockets, Smith checked in for Jari Eason. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Shepherd. Richardson, he's checked in for the Warriors. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened to Ime Udoka's huddle. He told the guys to stay after it inside. He said our play inside is terrific right now. He said don't lose any of that intensity. Stay strong down there. It's always nice to hear a coach enjoying his team's play. Back to you.
Thank you once again, Allie.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And here is VanVleet. Smith outside. Good, and VanVleet gets the assist.
And this is a statement bucket. If you weren't excited about Smith already, how about now?
Curry finds Richardson. It's Thompson off the drive. Great D that time from Curry.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Durant with the rebound. And KD's got the ball here for Houston. Now Şengün. Oh, that is a big-time jam.
Owning the moment. Şengün gets those much-needed points.
Here's Green. Now Curry.
Houston. Second personal foul. 14 foul. Shooting for Golden State. Curry at the line for 2.
The free throw drops for Curry. And both free throws good for Curry.
In this situation, this is exactly who you want at the line.
Here's Şengün. Now Thompson. Kevin Durant. Missed on the 3. Now here's Curry. And there's Butler with the flush.
And when the game is tight, Jimmy Butler finds a way.
This is VanVleet. We've got 1:55 left in the 4th quarter. Just 5 on the clock.
And an aggressive inside play there from VanVleet, not letting the foul deny him from getting the shot off.
The line for Houston, Fred VanVleet, taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that gives them the lead. second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
And you could sense that the pressure might have gotten to him a little bit, but he did do enough to put them in the lead.
Curry, and wide open, nails the J.
This is exactly why they go to him in these spots. These guys believe in his ability to come through in the clutch.
VanVleet against Curry. The shot is good!
Great poise from VanVleet there, shrugging off the pressure and just taking that shot. And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, and that's exactly what you need to do.
Shooting for the Golden State. Curry, 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that ties the game up. And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
Yeah, he knew how big those free throws were. Knocked them down.
Here's Smith. Sengun. Here's the three. The three goes down.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
What a big-time shot. Those are the moments you dream about as a kid.
Curry.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
It's the first, and that narrows the gap to 1. Free throws good for Curry. And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. Curry against VanVleet. Here's Smith. Butler with the steal. Fast break. Here they come. Now Curry. Trained from outside.
Nice play. They're now in control. Just have to play smart, solid defense here. No quick buckets and no easy threes.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
And if you can get a three, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
You're definitely going to have to get a 3 here and then count on them to miss free throws.
VanVleet against Curry. Thompson fires. And get the 3. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And the second of 2 is good. That gives them a 4-point cushion. Smith! So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
Allie, let's go to you courtside. What do you have for us?
Jimmy, let's talk about defense. What clicked for you down the stretch?
We was locked in on our schemes. I think we did a great job of our rotation in our second effort. But all in all, man, we executed on both ends in the fourth quarter.
It takes everybody. Thanks, Jimmy.
And as always, Allie, thank you so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, the Cobra.